Alright guys, we're here back with more Persona 5. Still listening to the RGB podcast, and also just started downloading the Horizon Zero Dawn, the free digital copy. So downloading that, I had to delete my disc copy. So what I am doing is, I deleted my disc copy, downloaded the digital copy, because obviously digital copies are more convenient. However, I personally still like to have discs, so obviously I own it on disc. But now that there's a free digital copy, it's like, well, fuck it, I'll get the digital copy.
We gotta take a shot here this week, me and you. Let's do this.
So that's currently downloading.
We've got to make this happen.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
You know, it's the time. It's the time. The time has come.
Wait, why did I get put in the thing?
What I hated about this is that, like, Beth does a terrible job, in my opinion, as selling that she's in on this by being totally like, whatever you want to do, like, one of them has to go, because I think it's a lot more believable, especially if she's selling this narrative of, like, I can't be sitting next to Jed at the end, I didn't come here for her boyfriend.
Okay, well, we'll pause this then.
I have no doubt. This place gives me the same sensation as when I touch the birdcage.
Think this is what would bring me back here.
I suppose so, even though it's only been about half a year. Still, I had no idea Alice Hiraki graduated from Shujin.
Oh, this is the I didn't even realize this was the front of Shujin. It looks different.
Celebrity graduates.
Perhaps she had a past here that she wished to erase.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Voices we heard in her jail. Those cutting words and that painful cry. I don't know whether she was one of the instigators or the victim of such bullying. However she experienced it. Left such a gaping wound in her heart that she refuses to even acknowledge the truth of the matter.
And that truth took place right here.
So that's why Shujin has a secret room.
Well, we should get moving. What's next?
We may not be in Shibuya, but this place is still linked to its jail. Inputting the proper Emma keyword should permit access as usual.
Okay, let's try it. Everybody ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Keyword, Wonderland.
Keyword successfully entered. Beginning navigation.
Okay.
So, it's a classroom? Is this what a school is like? It's rather different than how the internet makes it appear.
The cognitive distortion's really strong here. What's going on? Hey, look!
Oh.
A ghost!
Are you seriously crying? Ugh, how pathetic. Trying to get us to go easy on you. You tricked him the same way too, didn't you?
No, I'd never do that. What is this?
God, you're disgusting. Serious? Why are you still alive? Do us a favor and die already.
Okay.
What the hell?
Careful, here it comes!
Oh, that's so. We're in a battle.
Can't you get it through your thick skull?
Okay, I guess we'll listen to the podcast again. So we're probably gonna move
I don't want to be the
in the
one
combat.
that takes them out. This is perfect for me. If she actually just says, like, you know, and kind of like fills the blanks a little bit more for Tara instead of just being like, I don't know, whatever you want to do, I'm definitely fine with either of those options. Like, I think it's a little bit more believable if she's just like, listen, I can't be sitting next to Jed at the end, and just say that. But I think just because she's seeming kind of like ambivalent about it, it's like, okay, well, you're basically just giving me lip service and saying like I'm cool with whatever. It doesn't seem to show that she actually wants this to happen.
Yeah, this is something that I feel like I've seen Beth try and do time and time again during the season. She's done it in a room with Kyle there, and Kyle was like, big, don't fall for this. She's very much confident that she can inception people, and she doesn't have that kind of capability. So she thinks by saying a little, she's planted that seed, but there are no seeds to plant. This garden's barren. Like, it's not working. It is not working.
And it is worth noting that Beth comes into this conversation, Tara right away says, I'm not putting you on the block. I'm not touching you at all this week. You are safe. I do not want you to go. And that's in part because of the work that Beth has been putting in with Tara for weeks now, convincing her that she's willing to turn on Jet and that they need each other in the game. And so even though Beth makes a small attempt here and it doesn't go through, she's still in a fine place. It's all the stuff she does outside of this conversation that Kiefer's gonna rat her out about that really sinks her.
Alright, well here comes Kiefer. He's gonna talk to Tara. And Jenny, Kiefer, he does a good job of that. He's also hyping up Tara, like, oh my god. Is that when he's like, is that Tara from Big Brother Canada 9?
One HOH, one veto.
Coming on strong. This is part of the best trio ever.
Yeah, this is something I enjoy about Kiefer and that we were kind of touching on earlier, that, you know, he does build himself up, but he does it with other people. We saw it with how he talked about Vic. And he's doing it with Tara now. And I think this is, like, to me, it's a little cringy because I'm just like, I don't know, sometimes when you're over-complimenting someone, it's just like, okay, I think you're doing a little too much and you're really trying to butter me up. But also, like, these are people with egos, and, you know, Kiefer has done no shortage of saying in front of other people how well he's doing at the game and that he's most likely to win and that he's going to win next week and he's going to win the week after that and all of this. So at least he's balancing some of that with also, like, you know, bigging up other people. So, like, I'll give him that.
We need to get better personas. I haven't even been paying attention to that portion of the game.
Like, he calls you up like, hey, Rob, what's going on? Greatest dad of all time. Amazing podcast. Like, oh, God, come on, Kiefer, get out of here. Come on.
Yeah, and again,
knock it off.
Like, Beth's strategy is, you're screwed if I'm not here. You know that. You have not played well enough. People don't respect you. Beth negs them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you know what the ratings will be if I leave this house right now?
Okay.
What?
Okay, is this the end?
Congratulations, Joker!
Okay.
A new skill? Nice, man! I can't wait to try this one out!
What was that rumbling?
The birdcage in the jail is now unlocked. We will be able to access it.
For real?
It appears our most recent target held the key.
In other words, we defeated the warden guarding the key.
A warden in Alice's memories. A key to the cage in her jail. So a different shadow held the key, not Alice's?
What are you going on about?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking how many differences there are from the palaces.
Oh God, he looks so fucking different. Someone just posted a picture of
It's as if the more we learn,
of the guy that plays
if it weren't for Sophie, we
that played Mike Corbett, the Magnum Defender from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, who's like kind of fallen off the face of the earth since then. Like, he hasn't done anything Power Rangers related. And there's a picture of him. He looks so fucking different. It's so weird. I mean, obviously it's been like 20 years, but still more than 20 years.
Let's send Alice the calling card. Take back those desires.
Okay, all that's left is send in the calling card. What should it say?
We're after the desires that Alice is seizing from the people whose hearts she changed, right? Then don't we have to write something like, "We shall take back the desires you've seized"?
Smart. Using the same logic that works on treasures is probably our best shot.
Once the desire takes form, we can steal it. If we return the victims their own desires,
everyone should return to normal.
So, what'll happen to Alice then?
Well, she should be having a change of heart and confessing soon after.
Actually, that's not set in stone. What we're stealing this time are the desires that Alice seized from others. This isn't her own desire or ambition. Or like the treasure we found in Alice's. There's no way of knowing whether or not Alice's heart will be changed.
Even if we rescue her victims, without a change of heart in Alice, this will just turn into a pointless cycle.
But if the calling card works, her desire will manifest inside the birdcage. That creates a high probability that we'll encounter Alice's shadow there.
We did cause quite a scene destroying the lock.
Whether through words or fists, don't we still have the opportunity to change her heart via her shadow?
Then let's do it! Let's take her head on!
Oh, sorry. I know that's the dangerous approach, but if you guys are all up for it, I want to rescue Alice too. Not just her victims. Alice said she wanted to be a ray of light that could inspire people suffering through life.
You mean when she was on TV? I don't know if she really meant all that.
Well, I do. I get why she said it. Because of all the bullying in her past. I mean, doesn't it seem like we saw part of Alice's trauma in the secret room?
Trauma?
It's like an invisible wound in a person's heart. It comes from living through painful experiences.
A wound in a heart.
Maybe that trauma's the whole reason the jail formed.
Trauma distorted Alice's heart, giving birth to the jail. That is very similar to Palace Generation. I've got to say it's possible.
But how is that trauma relevant to Alice's current behavior?
This is just a hunch, but I think she sees what she's doing as some kind of revenge.
Is it really? Circle Series 3 is the most watched season ever.
Stealing someone's
it's only 35 seasons.
Revenge to Alice? Oh, that's pretty sick.
But her shadow's operation is way too massive for that to be all. She just has too many victims already.
What if she simply kept escalating because no one was there to stop her? Becoming a monarch must create an awful amount of distortion.
Sure.
All that only makes me want to help Alice more. If her heart's grown that distorted, then I want her to at least remember how it feels being a ray of light for somebody. Is she beyond helping at this point? I don't know, but there has to be someone who at least tries. We can't just abandon Alice.
Oh, Lady On.
Don't speak too soon. I'm really gonna lay into her for all this.
I'm with you. Let's do it.
No objections here either. However, should we engage her in combat, we must avoid taking her life at all costs.
Absolutely. That's out of the question.
Best case scenario, just talk her out of it.
Guys, do you think I could write the calling card this time? There's something I need to tell her personally.
Are people really upset by this? Like, people are upset that Sony paid for Monster Hunter World to be delayed on PC. It's like, who gives a shit? Like, that's pretty much what a timed exclusive is. Like,
Thanks. It'll be great.
Writing a calling card? Need any help?
Ooh, you can help me with the phrasing, Sophia.
Awesome. All we gotta figure out now is the delivery.
I may have a plan. This is a special reunion of the Phantom Thieves. We gotta do this right.
Hey.
Alright, what is this? Is there anything further to do? Make sure. Okay. So is this gonna be the end of Shibuya then? Should we send it? You know, actually, actually, that's not what I meant to do. I didn't mean to exit. Oh, actually, yeah, that's not exit. It's like, there's nothing to really do, right, in the city? Yeah, let's go to the hideout, and then let's actually do some stuff here. So let's go to Velvet Room.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
That's so weird. Alright, this,
Not
let's continue with this podcast. Okay, what do we want?
So,
Awaken
I didn't like though that Kiefer was like talking about that how Ty needs this trio because what's Ty gonna do? He's only one veto. How embarrassing for Ty. He can't win. Can't win the game.
You're
muted.
Still muted.
Okay. I am not muted anymore now. That's good. That's good. So yeah, Ty needs it. Basically, Ty is seen by Kiefer's like, I'll be his hero. I'll be his Enrique Iglesias. I'll take him where he needs to go. I'll bring him in. We need him, but he needs us because he's got nowhere to run. He's got nothing to do. Which, low-key, I don't hate this for Ty because they're showing you what they need to say. In the sauce, he's seen as the third in the sauce. That's a good spot to be. In this position, they're like, we can bring him in. He's someone we can work with. He's not one enough where anyone's immediately going to be looking at him either. So when you calculate all this stuff, this is looking pretty decent for Ty, given that Kiefer is convinced that he can, or he should be saving Ty, and he could convince Ty to move around with him. That's a good spot to be in.
Yeah. Alright, so we get to Kiefer talking to Ty, and he's trying to get him to come on over and, defect to the new power trio in the house. Kiefer is saying, look, it comes down to you. He's really trying to sell Ty of coming to the foursome, Taryn.
Wait, what else do we have?
And this is Kiefer has been working on this for a while.
How do we look at what percentage we
last
have?
week when he managed to convince Jed, Ty, and Beth to keep him in the game. And it is something that is definitely based in some truth. I've talked to 3 of the jurors so far. Tina was definitely of the opinion that Ty is significantly less likely to win than Beth or Jed. Not necessarily the case between Ro and Vic, but they may come along to that thinking if that's what Tina's influence is going to do. And so he's really been drilling it into Ty's head. You can't beat them. You can't beat them. And it seems like that has taken root, and that Ty is starting to look at the game a different way, and that he may need to remove some of these players.
Well, he's looking at the chessboard at this point. And
I will just... Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, the one thing I didn't love about Kiefer's discussion with Ty is, like, he doesn't need to go back to, like, the veiled threat area where he was like, well, I'm not touching the block this week, and it's best to not burn any bridges with people who are staying, and I'm going to win next week. It's like, you have enough things that you can say to convince Ty of his position in the game and his, like, how you can be of utility to him without, like slightly threatening him that, like, don't piss me off or I'll put you on the block next week because I'm definitely winning HOH. Like, Keith, please stop doing this. Please stop.
No.
It's not good.
Can't slow him down.
No.
Which one?
The Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper.
Alright, let's actually move a bit. Trying to see something here. Oh wait, we can. I didn't realize we could do this.
From Ty, because this is great. We eat this stuff up. Okay, we love it. He says that, okay, you got Jed is the queen, Beth is the king, Tara is straight shooter, she's the rook, the knight is tricky, the knight is Kiefer, Ty's the bishop, and Brayden is the pawn. Okay,
I don't know if we need it.
What do you think?
I mean, when you think about the reasons why he said everything, I think it worked, right? Jed's gambit, I could see it potentially. That kind of works there. And then Beth kind of being the king, I like that. That works. Brayden being the pawn at this point in the game, I could kind of see that.
Ah, shit.
I guess ultimately, the one I didn't quite understand, he justified it well in the DR. I forget now, was the knight. And that being Kiefer. Was it because you don't know what to expect with the knight? Is that it?
It's tricky.
Yeah. So yeah, because you can't predict what the knight will do,
Let's
and
do it.
this is
Where
where
are we
I
at
feel
time-wise?
like he is
20?
messed up because
Okay.
Jed is not the queen. He said that Terra was the rook because she's so straightforward. But that's not Terra. Terra's not straightforward. Jed is the rook. Jed is straightforward. He is a guy who he can only see what's in front of him. He's very effective at what's in front of him, but anything else is completely lost to him. Kiefer is the queen. Kiefer moves everywhere. Kiefer makes moves, is a power player, and is the front runner to win this game right now.
Alright, let's pause.
Pineapple. Tech heads are fired up with anticipation at the news, awaiting further details with...
Oh, so we're like, this is our calling card? Like we're doing it to Tire City.
Good evening. Been a while, huh?
Perhaps you remember us.
We are the Phantom Thieves. And we're back in action with a new heart in our sights.
And we're definitely, I mean, this voice scramble definitely wouldn't be easy to find if this was actually in real life.
But all you do is hurt people to indulge your own darkness. You're a bad person, and bad people have to be stopped.
Like, why are we doing this to the entire city, though? Isn't that also dumb?
Tonight, we're taking them all back.
Like, why don't we just send the calling card? Like, why are we fucking doing it? Like, whatever. Who fucking cares?
I'm scheduled at...
Yeah, I feel like we've barely been given any context behind her, too. It's like we just see her, like, beating up her manager, and it's like, oh my god, she's a terrible human being.
What in the... Phantom Thieves? Taking my desire?
How old is she supposed to be? I guess she's supposed to be, like, at least 18, right?
That's what makes me the monarch. I need those. Without those, all right. I'll wait for you. I don't want toys that don't do as they're told. I'll smash you for certain this time.
Yeah, I am interested in seeing what the rest of this game is, though. Like, the sense that I get is that we're essentially going to be going city by city, and each city has its own different palace and its own different antagonists and that sort of thing. We'll see, though. Like, I'm hoping that the game, like, kind of culminates in, like, kind of a similar style of narrative that the original game had, obviously on a much smaller scale. But, still, like, a, 7-arc palace, like you have these like individual episodic palaces, but then they culminate in a story that kind of merges things together. Well, I mean, where am I supposed to go? I guess we'll just go here then.
Go, everyone. Time to change Alice's heart.
Sure.
Now, with the jury, and he moves from one side of the board to the other with ease,
No,
in any direction he wants. And then, really, Terra, I guess, would be the knight in the sense that, like, she can be a bit unpredictable at times, and make good decisions sometimes, or maybe bad decisions at other times, depending on which way she sways.
Isn't that the whole house?
Well, that's sort of the thing. That's sort of the thing.
Oh, I should have saved. I'm a fucking idiot. I didn't save.
Like, I understand where Ty was going with the queen and king analogy in terms of the queen protects the king, and that Jed is willing to protect Beth, and maybe not vice versa. Yeah, he doesn't mention.
Yeah, should I just go back, actually? Yeah, let's go back and save. I just want, like, I really feel like we need a backup save here.
Explanations make sense if you're just thinking about, like, a basic definition of the piece. Because Terra is a straight shooter in how she speaks, but maybe not so much in how she actually moves. So I didn't think, I mean, let's be real. I'm not a chess pro. I mean, I was in the chess club in elementary school.
Really?
In elementary school, okay?
Wow.
Yeah, and then I own a chessboard now, and that's about where it stops. But I don't think that they were terrible placements. But I
I'm forgetting how you save in this game.
yeah, Jed is pretty straightforward as well.
Terrible.
See him as
Yeah. We found out tonight that Ty is playing chestnut checkers.
Yes, exactly.
Alright, let's go again.
Yeah, but this is a mistake that I think the whole house is making. The whole house thinks that Jed is the queen, and he really is not. He is much less threatening than they imagine.
Fuck.
Okay. Beth's plan. She wants to go to Tara and say that Kiefer and Brayden should go up on the block, and she needs to pitch it as they're gonna backdoor Jed this week. But the key part of this thing is that Ty has to be willing to go up on the block. Is that right?
Yes. I mean, like.
So, is this gonna fully mirror the first game? Or Persona 5, I should say. Like, is it gonna be like all related to deadly sins and all that sort of stuff too?
At least it actually materialized for us. Goodness. That is a relief. I was worried our standard palace procedures wouldn't work.
Alright, Stone. Get the hook.
Look at the size of that thing.
Spicy tea.
Yeah, you know, it's I think he's thinking back to.
Do you want me to put Beth up? Why don't you go on the block, Beth? Do you want me to put Beth up? Oh, we couldn't wait.
Really got a whole story there.
So
I fucking love
Ty
that
is
clip.
not down with this plan, and nor should he be.
No, he definitely shouldn't be. This doesn't benefit him whatsoever. Gotta protect your own. And can I just use this moment to PSA? I know we've all talked ad nauseum about it. It bugs me too much. I would like to take this opportunity and just really kind of talk about it, if I may. And what I want to say is, there is no backdoor at this point in the game. Stop saying backdoor. Term is extinct. Stop.
Kiefer has your back on this one. Kiefer even said it later on the episode.
Kiefer is I tweeted this, Kiefer is one of the worst offenders of, like, using the term backdoor incorrectly, so they're being generous with throwing this in the episode.
See, I'm still of the opinion, like, I don't care. Backdoor. The term backdoor has been redefined by its use, and its use is that the point is that you put two people on the block that aren't your target with the intention of putting a different person on the block as a backdoor. As far as I'm concerned, like, that's fine. We're good.
I mean, to be fair to Taryn, in the midst of the chaos that is this season, this is the least of our worries. But when I get an opportunity to rage about it, I'll do it.
Well, and also just like the hypocrisy of like Kiefer being like, also, it's not about
I feel like
when
people.
he's like talking about.
I think it's so dumb. Let's just talk about that. I've talked about this in the past. But like the term backdoor, people come and saying, "Oh, this came from Nokomis." It didn't come from Nokomis. It came from Karen. Like the term backdoor was never used, at least on the show, until when Karen is put on the block at the final 5, which is not what people consider a backdoor by modern standards. So it's like really funny that people are so fucking. Okay, let's actually pay attention to this. But are like so defensive of the word backdoor when it's like it's such a fucking arbitrary like term. Okay. What the fuck? Well, that's something.
So this really is Alice in Wonderland.
Oh my! I'm late for a very important date. Come along. I have some wonders to show you.
Okay.
What wonders?
Ignore her, Sophie. She just wants to torture us or something.
Alice, I'm gonna make you see the light.
Aw, you didn't seem like best fun. Any of you have any dating lives, but don't be any of your
She's
Fire! Turn that light off your face! Alice, why are you doing this? You killed so many people!
I'm barely doing that.
No one who's saying that means it. You're just manipulating them.
Oh.
Why are you being like this? I was finally able to find some happiness. Are you here to take everything I have? Just like she did? Just try me. So sick of separating.
No man can murder me.
Stay on guard! Whoa! Why is she so fast now? Call to school! She needs to get up. Alice, what made you like this? Never
Fuck.
meant to come at the sun.
Actually, I forgot. Let's actually go ahead and start playing this again.
So it's like even worse. So this is like, okay, Kiefer, come on.
What about Brayden says it's not a back door, it's a screen door? Taryn, is that any better?
Look, as soon as screen door starts being the actual use case for when we talk about this sort of thing, I think we just have to accept back door here.
Now, screen door is another door, Puya, but does that make any more or less sense than back door?
I mean, is a screen door more of like a back door that's transparent because you can see it happening because there's a little bit of vision there? Like, is that like
a window in the back door?
Yeah, there's a window in the back door.
Yeah.
You see it, but you're supposed to open it to like have the entry.
Yeah, and then
Don't want to walk into it.
If it's a back door that you can see from a mile away, it's a beaded door because you can just see everything.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I think the point is that like, oh, I'm not on the block, but you realize I can see through this door. I know that I'm your target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, she got really strong at the end there.
That's where they get the Wendy's from. The dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so, we're...
Alright, let's pause again. Obviously we'll end after our next opportunity we get. Alright, so last episode uploaded. Saw music. It is weird, like, I mean, essentially this is like an action RPG version of Persona 5. Just also not as good because, like, the story isn't as integral. But, still.
I just can't compare to someone like you, Takamaki-san. All my life, I'm no match for the real winners. And I tried so hard to change, but I was still made fun of, still bullied. I just wanted to stop being miserable. I poured my heart into fashion and worked to get so far. But then, she showed up again and started running her mouth about my past. She told everyone what a pathetic little shit I was. That's why I took all of it from her. Her boyfriend, her social circle, everything. And that still wasn't enough for me. It wasn't just her. Everyone that talked behind my back, all the people who just stood there when I was kidding. I'll destroy every single one of them.
Alice. So this is the Winton
You became the bully, right? You idiot. What good does that do? You're just as bad as the people who made you suffer. Is that how you want to live? Like one of those bullies? Didn't you want to be something else? A ray of light for others. And for yourself. Don't give up because of those selfish bastards!
Takamaki-san.
You're right. I wanted to rescue them. All the people like me, going through the same thing. But I... You think so? Takamaki-san, I want to apologize to the people I hurt.
That can't be true, is it? There's. I saw a tweet here. No one that's ever in the U.S. No person that has used the veto on their own HOH has ever won the game. That can't be true, right? I don't know if it could be. I mean.
Once you're back to your real self, let's be friends, okay? You wanna be? Really?
Maybe it is. Yeah, because actually now I'm thinking about it, yeah. I mean, like, if we're going backwards at least, I mean, Jackson didn't use it. I mean, I don't remember, Cody probably didn't use it. Yeah, there were no backdoors. Josh didn't get the opportunity, I don't think. Casey didn't. 18 was Nicole. Nicole didn't, even though she could have the Paul Michelle week, but she didn't. 17 was Steve. Steve didn't. 16, Derek.
Oh, this is bad.
No, he didn't, right? Have you seen it win veto the Devon week? Here we go. Anime. It's weird to see the anime with this music playing. Who's after that? Andy? I guess Andy didn't. Wow, this might actually be true. Ian didn't. Rachel didn't. Hayden didn't. I mean, it's an arbitrary fact either way, because it's like, I mean, like, it doesn't really, like, affect, like, it doesn't do anything. Like, it's not a cause and effect sort of thing. But, Dick didn't. Yeah, it probably is true. And looking back at it, Cage of Lust closed. See, they're really doing this again, then, aren't they?
Everyone who got a desire disappeared afterward. I hope that means their real-life counterparts are returning to normal.
Interesting. I'm interested in where they go with this.
Yes, you're right.
Wait, what the? What is it, Mona-chan? Something's wrong. It's not collapsing.
It is funny though that the boss battle only takes like 8 minutes in comparison to like the 45 it would take in the original game. Also because the combat system's so much quicker.
Whenever we stole a treasure, we'd have to leave the metaverse entirely, right?
Yeah, we always had to haul ass out of there.
That is most assuredly not happening now. If anything, it's grown eerily quiet.
So if the monarch is toppled and the desires are all returned, the jail still doesn't collapse?
It would appear that palaces are different from this jail after all.
There's a chance we haven't actually resolved the issue yet.
I wonder how Alice will react to this. Could we find out when we get back to the real world?
It'd be nice if she could recall what happened here, but no one shares memories with their shadows.
Think she might talk to Panther?
Huh? Me?
Yeah, you two could really hit it off.
She did say that she loves her.
Yeah. I mean, it was worth going that far for her to come to her senses. Alice really is a one-of-a-kind talent, and her dream is definitely something worth fighting for. I just hope she can remember how that dream first made her feel, so she can bring that feeling to the people who need it. Yep. And I'm gonna try my best to do the same.
This
Fascinating.
What's up, Sophie?
Just as the Phantom Thieves predicted, Alice Hiragi appeared to change her logic. This would not be possible had we simply defeated her. How did you predict the outcome?
We didn't really predict it. Being able to change is what makes someone human.
Someone is human because they can change. The human heart is much more complicated than expected, isn't it? Just when you
Kind of
think
a
you've
leap
grown
in
beyond your
logic, but
pain,
sure.
the smallest thing can bring you all the way back down again. The human heart is indeed difficult to comprehend. It's filled with mysteries.
Well, you're pretty high up there on the mystery charts yourself, Sophie, my dear.
No, I'm...
Sophie, humanity's companion, right? We get it.
You got it, Skull.
Sure. What is this? Increased damage when... Okay,
Well, what do you say we head back now? I'd like to check on the real world, Alice.
Yeah. Let's get going.
What's that saying? Okay. Wait, is he just wearing like normal clothes while in bed?
Shadow Alice earlier. By the end, though, she appeared happy. Why is that? Wasn't she angry at Alice? Okay. Anger is not just for hurting people. It is also able to save people. Consider. Anger saved Alice. If someone is in the wrong, anger can be used to show them the error of their ways. The human heart is such a mystery. But thanks to you, I've gained valuable experience.
Sure.
Thank you. I hope to learn more from you.
Well, I mean, we can end here then. I think we'll end after this loads then. Oh, can we just end here? Alright, let's just end here then. I forgot about that. That we can just end in this menu. So yeah, we'll end here. Next episode, we will go ahead and continue on. But for now, thank you for watching.